Hello, hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, teacher.
Hello, Santiago. How are you? Ludwig, hello. Daniela,
Good evening, teacher.
Camila, Natalia. Good evening, you guys. Okay.
Hi, teacher.
Alvaro, hello, sir. How are you? Good?
Yes, teacher. Yesterday I uploaded my unit 24.
Okay, so by tomorrow, I'm sure you could you'd be on the list most than likely, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think.
All right, don't worry about it. We'll be I'll be looking for it. Like I'll be attend. All right.
Okay.
All right. Good. So let's give the rest a couple of more minutes. I know it's 6:07, but they usually come in. Try to remember. Well, it was real easy yesterday's class. I think for everybody, it was object pronouns. Pretty easy, but right now we'll do an exercise together as a review. And then we're going to see the rest of unit 24 today, which is to and enough. And then with to, double O, right? T-double-O, not T-O. Anyway, we'll see it. But with to, it's too many, too much. And the difference between those two, many and much, is just many is for when you can count, countable nouns, or something that you can count. And much is with something you cannot count, like water and butter and oil and milk and stuff like that you cannot count. So you use much. We'll see it right now. It's real easy. I know you guys seen it before, much and many. So now we're just adding too much, too many. All right, and then we're gonna see the difference between that and enough. It's just, do you have to really know it? No, once you start using it, una vez que lo utilizan, once you start using too much, too many, enough, you'll notice if you're using it with an adjective or an adverb or, stuff like that. So don't worry about the structure. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see the structure, but mainly just concentrate on, let's see some exercises, practice them, and it'll be clear for you. And then you have no problem with that. Okay, so let's see. 6:09. I think we can just go ahead and go and review, right? All right, so let me see if this page is ready. Give me a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and go and do a exercise, a real simple one with object pronouns, right? Yesterday, the last thing we saw was the difference between object pronouns and subject pronouns. I mean, if you remember, subject pronouns are just I, he, she, it, you, we, they. That's all of those are subject pronouns. Object pronouns, object pronouns are, instead of she, you say her. Instead of he, you say him, right? It is the same thing. I stays the same. You, we, and instead of saying they, you say them. Instead of saying they, you say them, right? So, I mean, we saw it yesterday. It was pretty easy. Let's just do an example and see. Here, in this exercise, you guys, it's written for you right there, the options, right? So there's no way to not remember. Okay, so the exercise says subject and object pronouns, choose the correct pronoun. Okay, so very easy. So let's go with Ludwig real quick and do number 1.
Ok, teacher. Teacher, perdón, ¿con qué palabra tenemos que completar?
Okay, so estamos hablando de subject pronouns y object pronouns. Y está aquí, los dos están aquí al principio, pues dice I o si no, me. ¿Cuál de los dos vas a utilizar para completar la oración? ¿Eh? Tú escoges.
Ok, teacher. I like London.
I like London. Very easy, right? So what is I for you, Ludwig? I, is that a subject pronoun or an object pronoun?
Subject pronoun.
Subject pronoun. Very good. I like London. All right, good. Number 2, let's go with Santiago. Number 2, please.
The children are as hungry as us.
The children are as hungry as us, or the children are as hungry as we?
No, teacher, perdón. The children are as hungry as we.
Let's see. All right, number 3, Alvaro. All right, we're gonna see right now the 2-1.
Okay, all the students passed except me.
Except me. All right. Number 4. Let's go with Camila. Can you do number 4, please? Andrew's coming in.
¿Me escucha, teacher?
Can you do number 4, please?
Okay. Who's there? Me. Sorry, me.
Who's there? Me, right? Number 5, Natalia, can you do number 5, please?
Okay, teacher. They love vegan food.
They love vegan food, right? All right, good. So is that a subject pronoun or an object pronoun?
Subject pronoun.
Subject pronoun, right? So everybody should turn on their mics and say, too easy, Mr. Carlo. All right, so number 6, let's see. Let's go with Daniela. Do number 6, please.
Is that man you told me about? Yes, that is he? No, him.
That is him. All right.
Yeah,
Is that the man you told me about? Yes, that's him. Right. CSL, subject pronoun. And number 7, let's see. Let's go back. Oh, Andrew's here. So Andrew, go ahead and do number 7, please.
Okay, teacher. We all like cake except sería except she, her.
We all, we all like cake except her, right?
Her, yes, yes, teacher.
All right, so I mean, you guys have, I mean, if you guys want to, if you have to remember, object pronouns are, they receive the action in the sentence, right? We all like cake except her. So that's, I mean, that's one way you can understand it. I mean, number 8, Let's see. Fulvia, can you do number 8? It's just replacing the personal pronoun by the object pronoun. Let's see.
He will get a new phone soon.
He will get a new phone soon. Very good. So that's a subject pronoun, right? He will get a new phone soon. It's got how many? 19. His sister isn't as tall as. Let's see. Ludwig, let's go back with Ludwig. Do number 9.
His sister isn't as tall as him.
His sister isn't as tall as him. Very good. Number 10, Santiago.
Is that chocolate for me?
Is that chocolate for me? Very good. Is that chocolate for me? Alvaro, do number 11, please.
Okay. She wants to go home early.
She wants to go home early. Very good. Let's see who else. Natalia, can you do number 12?
Okay, teacher. Everyone arrived on time, but him.
But him. Daniela, number 13.
Please keep us. Keep up with us.
With us, right? Very good. Please keep up with us. And number 14, Fulvia.
Who ate all the chocolate? Here.
Who ate all the chocolates?
Lo que está después del espacio es I.
No, esa es una apostrophe.
Ah,
A punto
okay.
de exclamation
Okay.
point, right?
Who ate all the chocolate?
Exclamation
She.
point. Right? Sí.
She.
She. Okay. All right, good. And Andrew, number 15.
Está bien, teacher. We have been to Rio.
We have been to Rio. Very good, right? We have been to Rio. Okay, good. Ludwig, let's go back to you. Do number 16.
Could you pass the coffee to her?
And you pass the coffee to her. Very good. Santiago, number 17.
My brother is taller than me.
My brother is taller than me. And Camila, number 18.
I went to the bookshop yesterday.
I went to the bookshop yesterday. Subject pronoun, right? And number 19, Daniela.
I went to the bookshop yesterday.
19, sorry.
Okay. Our new teacher is friendlier than her.
Friendlier than her. Friendlier, más amigable, it says, right? Friendlier than her. And number 20, let's go with Natalia. Do number 20, please.
Okay, teacher. All the children can come be inside except them.
Except them. All right, good. Okay, good. Very good. So I mean, object pronouns, the difference, this is an exercise to see the difference between subject and object pronouns, right? So that's pretty easy. Let's go see. So that's a good review of object pronouns. All right. So let's let's see let's say our answers. This is right. Our teacher is friendlier than her. I went to the bookshop yesterday. My brother is taller than. When you speak about your brother, my brother is taller than me. Very good. Could you pass the coffee to her? We have been to Rio. Who ate all the chocolate? She did. Well, she. Show her. All right. Who ate all the chocolate? Ella. Well, ella, but with the object pronoun because she did the action. You see it? So object pronouns receive the action, right? So we ate all the chocolate. Who ate all the chocolate? She, her. Right. All right. Please keep up with us. That's correct. Everyone arrived on time, but she wants to go home early. Is that chocolate for me? His sister isn't as tall as him. He will get a new phone soon. Very good. We all like cake except her. Is that man you told me about? Yes, that's him. They love vegan food. Who's there? I think. Who's there? Me. I think is I right here. Oh, no, it's correct. All the students passed except me. The children are as hungry as we. As us, somebody said, right? That was correct. The children were as hungry as us. I like London. All right, very good. So I got 2 wrong. I got 1 wrong. Another person got 1 wrong. All right. All right, the rest got 100. Very good. Good job. All right, now let's go see 2 and enough. I think object pronouns is pretty clear. All right, so let me see. We're Jamboard. Okay, give me 1 second and let me get this Jamboard open. All right. All right, 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna get this Jamboard open, please. Okay. So let's share this screen. Here we are. All right, so this is what we are seeing today, and it's pretty much the end of unit 24. I think it's pretty much the last thing to cover with unit 24. Okay, so it's too much, too many, or enough. You know, all of this can go in the same category. Too much, too many, and then enough on its own. But it's too much, too many, and enough. And this is what I was telling you about too much and too many. Too much with things you cannot count, things or nouns, right? That you cannot count. Too much water, too much milk, too much juice, too much butter, too much oil, anything gets mass, you know? Too much time, You don't say too many times, right? Then you say too many apples, too many cell phones, too many televisions. And so it's too many, you know, it's plural. And it's just things with things you can't count. Too many desks, too many schools, too many banks, too many streets. Right? You can count all of those things. So you use too many with things you can count, and too much with things you cannot count, right? So that's like the difference between too much and too many. Okay, so here in this little picture here, it says too much or too many. Something is more than we want or we need, right? All three express something that is more than we want or we need. Too much, too sweet. The teacher was too strict. The clown was too funny, right? Something is more than we want or more than we need. I have Donald Trump has too much. I said, yeah, too much money, right? So something is more than we want or we need. All right. So how is the use of it? Too plus adjectives. This cake is too sweet. You are too strict. He is too funny. Right. The bank closes too soon. Right. The class is over. The class is too interesting. You know, those are all adjectives. Right. And then with too much or too many, uncountable nouns. That's what that means. I mean, that means things you cannot count. Too much. You have too much free time. You work too much. All right. So too much, we can use it with uncountable nouns, things you cannot count. Nouns or after a verb. You work too much, right? You have too much free time. All right. And with too many, you use it with plural nouns. You eat too many eggs. There were too many people, right? So that's how we use too much or too many. In the general sense, en sentido general, they have the meaning, el significado de algo más de lo que queremos o necesitamos. Something is more than we want, que queremos, or we need, o que necesitamos, right? So that's the general meaning. Los tres tienen ese sentido general. Something is more than we want, que queremos, or that we need, o que necesitamos. And so we use it this way. Too with adjectives. The cake is too sweet. The team is too weak, muy débil, or the fighter was too weak. El luchador era muy débil, right? Too weak. This cake is too sweet. The food is too cold, or the water is too cold. Right? Anything that's adjective. Algo que es mucho de, right? You are too strict. You are too funny, or anything like that. All right. So that's using too. And then too much, like I said, uncountable nouns or after a verb, right? Uncountable nouns or after a verb. You have too much free time. You have too much. You work too much, right? After a verb. You drink too much, right? You play too much. Stop it. You play too much, right? Juegas mucho, or molestas mucho, in other words, right? You play too much after a verb. And then too many with plural nouns. You eat too many eggs, or in other words, things you can count. You eat too many eggs. There were too many people. Right? All right, good. So that's the use of too much, and too many. Okay. And then with enough, you can use it in a negative way. Not enough, no suficiente. Algo que es menos que lo que queremos o necesitamos. I don't have enough money, not enough money for a PlayStation or something like that, right? something that's less, que es menos que lo que queremos. So ven the difference. Aquí too much, too many, algo que es más that we want or we need. Not enough, something is less than we want or we need. And enough is something that is correct, is the correct number or amount or sufficient, right? I have enough money. We covered enough grammar structures for today. Enough, suficiente, like sufficient, right? Or correct, or the correct amount or the correct number, that's enough. I earn enough money, you know, so we can use enough with nouns, with adjectives, with verbs, right? And then it's verb plus enough, adjective plus enough. And then with nouns is enough plus noun. So that's a difference, right? You have to go notice, you guys. Enough, suficiente más una noun, right? I earn enough money, yo gano suficiente dinero. We have enough chairs, tenemos suficientes sillas, right? So viene antes de una noun, de un sustantivo, de cosas, de whatever, you know. I earn enough money, we have enough chairs. Y después también viene después de un adjetivo, after an adjective or after a verb. With an this place is big enough. Big is the adjective. This place is big enough. You're clever enough to see it. Este lugar es suficientemente grande, right? Decimos en español. Al revés en inglés, right? This place is big enough. Es grande suficiente. No vamos a decirlo así en español, right? Decimos al revés. So, but en ese sentido, right? Con un adjective. This place is big enough. You're clever enough to see it. Tú eres suficientemente inteligente para verlo, right? So that's the way we say it in Spanish, al revés, you know. So in English, you are clever enough to see it, right? So after adjectives, before nouns, and after verbs. I think I sleep enough. He eats enough for his age. All right, so see, after a verb, he eats, the verb is eats, right? De comer. Pero en español es al revés, él come, o aquí él come suficiente para su edad. He eats enough for his age. All right, so está viniendo after a verb. All right, so ¿qué tienen que recordar? Enough con adjectives y verbs viene después. Después de un adjective, después de un verb. Y con un sustantivo viene antes del sustantivo. I earn enough money. We have enough chairs. All right. ¿Tienen que pensar en eso when you do your sentences? No, just try to practice, just like the examples. Try to do your own examples, sus propias ideas en los sustituyendo los examples que vemos, you know? And then that's how it's gonna be more clear for you. Va a ser más claro el uso. Y no vas a pensar mucho si estás usando con un adjetivo, con un verbo, you know, just practice. The more you practice, the easier it is to use it. And then you just know, then naturalmente vas a usarlo con después de un verb, después de un adjective, before a noun, you know. So, esto es para que conozcan la estructura, but then when you use it, cuando lo utilicen, just try to use it. And then don't try to think too much about, am I using an adjective? No, así. All right. So eso es enough, and obviously puede ser negativo. Se va con lo mismo, right? Not enough con noun. Not plus adjective plus enough. Not plus verb plus enough. Ese es la modo de utilizarlo en forma negativa. So, eso sí tienen que más o menos acordarse. That's the tricky part. Es lo que tiene el tricky part, la parte, ¿no? Challenging part. La desafiante, la parte desafiante es conocer. Pero cuando, like I said, doing the exercises, haciendo ejercicios, practicing, we get perfect, right? Practice makes perfect. All right, so with negative, you know, it's the same. So it says, they don't have enough workers. I didn't have enough time. She isn't old enough to vote. I'm not fast enough for the team. So no, those are adjectives, old, fast, right? She isn't old enough to vote. I'm not fast enough for the team. I don't sleep enough. You didn't study enough. Right? The food didn't cook enough time, right? The cook didn't cook enough. The food didn't cook enough. I don't sleep enough. That's true for me. I don't sleep enough. And so that's the tricky part is just if you want to know the structure, that's how it is. Now it's just to go and let's do our own sentences. Let's practice with our own stuff. All right. So just remember, too much or too many, something is more, es más que queremos o necesitamos. Enough, solamente enough es suficiente en español, right? Not enough, no, insuficiente. All right, not enough. Less than we want. All right, and enough, something is correct, the correct number or amount. Okay, and then just the uses are just a little tricky, but don't worry about it. Let's see some exercises and see if it can be clear for us. Okay, let's see. This is another way to see it. Let's look at it. Another explanation. Differences between too and enough. So within too, you find too much, too many, right? And then enough, right? Adjectives plus adverbs or plus enough plus a noun, right? So that's the way we use it. In the other one, we saw the negative use of enough also, right? It's too hot to wear that coat. I was driving too fast. There's too much salt in this food. Right? Salt, too much salt, because salt you cannot count, uncountable nouns. You cannot count salt. So there's too much salt in this food. You cannot say there's too many salt in the food, right? You don't say it that way. Say too much salt. Too many. Yes.
I need to leave the class. I have a meet with my directive of my
Okay.
class
Go ahead.
of the
No
school.
problem. Go ahead. No problem.
Okay.
Okay. No problem, Alvaro. Thank you.
Okay, bye, teacher.
Bye. Bye, Alvaro. Thank you. All right. Too many plus countable nouns, right? Anything that you can count. There are too many students in this classroom. There are too many too many recordings of that same song, right? Of the same music, of the same beat, something like that. So anything that you can count with too many. There are too many teachers striking, so we don't have class. Estaban en huelga, you know. Too many teachers on strike, right? Porque podíamos contar cuántos profesores. So countable nouns, too many. No countable nouns, too much. All right. And with enough, suficiente, right, means sufficient. See, he isn't old enough. No tiene la edad suficiente. He isn't old enough to watch this program, para ver ese programa. We are not walking quickly enough. No estamos caminando lo suficiente rápido. Right? Y con nouns dijimos que van antes del noun, con verbos o adjectives van después. We have enough money. I have not got enough money to buy this computer. I haven't got enough money. Okay, I haven't got enough money to buy this computer. Very good. So that's another way of seeing the same thing that we're looking at here. Just here is this a little bit more broken down for you, right? All right, so countable nouns, too many. Uncountable nouns, too much, and it also can go after a verb, too much. And then too is plus an adjective, too sweet, too strict, too funny, too playful, too interesting, too boring, too smart. You know, anything that's an adjective, okay? she's too smart, she's too funny, they're too playful, they're too boring, right? They're too fast, stuff like that. All right, so now let's go look at an exercise. Okay, so let me stop sharing this and let's go look at an exercise. Let me see. Okay, here's one here. Okay, sorry, hold on one second. All right, this one should be good. Okay. All right, so let me share screen with you guys and look at this exercise. All right. So this is an exercise with two and enough. Okay. So let's go with Natalia real quick. It says complete the, can you read the instructions, please, Natalia?
Okay, teacher. Complete the following sentences using the option given below each question.
Okay, very good. Complete the following sentences using the options given below each question. Very good. So do number one, please, Natalia.
Okay, teacher. She was too tired to walk.
She was too tired to walk. Very good. Correct, right? See, she was too tired to walk. Right? Too tired. We said too, we can use with adjectives, right? Too tired. All right, good. Number two.